Welcome to the Rocket Rewind, the show where we get together and talk about things that matter, things that are interesting, and shit that might just blow your mind. Yeah, they're our opinions, and you don't have to like them. We might not like yours either, but feel free to share them in the live chat. This is America, where we have free speech, cancel culture, Karens and Darrens, all working together in such super sweet harmony. Yeah, right. Sometimes the things we talk about might help restore our faith in humanity, but all too often it's going to be stuff that might piss you off like it does us. Make sure you have your grown-up panties on and come join the conversation. Oh yeah, and make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss this weekly dose of provocative discussion. The Rocket Rewind, Sundays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's get into it. Viewer discretion is advised.
What up?
What up, everybody?
Happy Sunday.
All right.
Happy Sunday. So, For those of you that were here with us last week, y'all know we was kind of giving Jamie some shit about his beard when he had to cut his beard off, right? And so, he's trying to get him a better look going on over there if his tape holds out.
It's worse.
Yeah, he's trying to get him one with some tape over there and held on so he don't look like a little children anymore. And Steve and I, we decided we didn't want him to feel left out, and then then Stacy, he's yee-hawing up there.
I'm eating a Warden egg roll.
A Warden egg roll, huh?
Yeah, one of them Warden egg rolls. So we decided we'd join in with Jamie and try to promote beard awareness. Yeah,
I'm the only one who didn't participate.
Yeah. Beard awareness.
As the official sheriff of the Rocket City Rewind, I'd like to go ahead and promote Chris Tolbert to be my first deputy.
Yeah, just to clarify things, so he was not elected to that position; he was self-appointed to that. Yeah, this kind of tickles my nose a little bit.
Does it?
How about y'all? Yeah. Well, I don't ever have facial hair, and I probably never will really have facial hair, so I don't even know what it's like.
I thought you looked like you didn't have facial hair until I saw your away picture. I was like, holy shit.
What? You talking about this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bright as hell, ain't it?
That's a passport photo right there.
Well, it basically is. Yeah, that's like that was me practicing for my booking photo. That's what that was. All right, let me do a quick run through here before it resets. Let me see who we got. Let's see. I think it's captured. Does it keep it over here? Yeah, cool. It keeps it better. So let's see. There's Taylor Tunch, Southpaw. What's up? There's Brooklyn with emergency response vids. Linda K. What's going on? Jay Clark is here. What's up, Jay? Stu Dorman's having some Hawaiian barbecue. Y'all should have seen what these fat bastards were eating. Stacy and Steve. Jesus Christ.
only eat healthy. You guys are out of your mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stacy was eating some chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
I would never eat Chinese food. That is disgusting stuff.
Yeah.
Unhealthy.
And Steve had like an 8-foot long stromboli over there he was eating.
That's right.
Lord.
That damn thing, dude. Oh my God, that was heaven.
Yeah. Anthony's here, Master Gamer. What's up, brother? Good to see you. There's Keeson. What's going on, man? What's the weather like over there? Are y'all getting a heat wave in Hawaii like we are?
Night, day, yes.
Yeah. Jorge, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Watching from Chi-Town. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Stacy's in the chat with the cowboy hat on.
Damn, Jamie, that actually looks like a legit beard, dude.
It really does.
Yeah. I'm kind of jealous now about my fake one. I'm jealous about it. Let's see. Marcy B's here. What's up, Marcy? Good to see you. Of course, Megan's in the chat also. She's here with us.
Yeah,
she didn't get a beard.
No.
We should have.
She shaved right before the stream.
You should have got a beard. I tell you what, my next one, I'm going to get the barbarian one, the one that hangs down really long. It's got the braids and everything. I'm totally getting that one, man.
I'll wear a cowboy hat next time.
That's exactly what you need. That is exactly what you need. Ember Rose, what's up? Says, is this an episode of Duck Dynasty? Well, you know. We're not sure who's going to play the role of Uncle Si yet, but we'll let y'all figure that out as we move along.
I mean, you can get one of those.
Yeah,
over there. You can get one of those, only gray.
Yeah.
So I mean, it works.
Yes. Let's see. Taylor is also on Facebook. Good to see you, Taylor. Steffi is here. What's up, Steffi? Welcome back. Good to see you. Jamie H is also in the chat and hanging out with us with his newly applied beard. Dragon Man Sasson, what's up? Welcome to don't pull on it too hard there, homie.
You might fall off.
Yeah, you can't tug on it like you used to do.
Jamie is also in beard today.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Dragon Man Sasson, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I'm scrolling here. I think I called everybody. If I missed you, say hello again, because it means I scrolled too fast. But I think I got everybody. John Daynard, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, we got a couple of crazy things to talk about today, and besides the beards, do y'all like them, by the way?
Yeah, like the fact that just because I order a lot of food doesn't mean there's two of me.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, it's
sugar.
Those cookies, they fill you up, dude. I mean, there's a lot there.
Yeah, they have.
Right.
Apparently, they have an MSG inside of them.
Oh my God. Oh Lord, have mercy, Junior. Stephen Jr., what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hey, so get this right. Y'all remember a while back when we talked about the case where, yeah, he's kind of got his beard again there, Anthony. Y'all remember when we talked about that case? It had to do with the police car getting left on the train tracks, and it had a woman in it, and it got smacked to shit and back, and she got hurt and everything.
That was a Colorado case.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
I remember it. I remember it well.
Well, there's an update to that.
Ooh.
Let's see if we can get this up on the screen here. Here we go. So officer who put woman in police car hit by train didn't know it was on the track, the defense says. Yeah.
How could you not know that?
Yep. So the officer's lawyer in court on this past Monday, I believe it was past Monday, might have been Monday before, but said that evidence will show Officer Jordan Stinky. I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced.
Oh my God, it was in Fort Lupton, dude. I used to live in Fort Lupton.
But
my God.
So here's how you spell it. What is it? Stank? I mean, that's just Stanky. I mean, there's
Steinke.
I'm Southern, so there's no
Steinke.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm in the South. If I say Stanky, that means somebody needs to go take a fucking bath. You know,
that old swamp ass in effect.
Yep.
Hey, John. Yeah, we didn't want Jamie to, but this is Beard Awareness Day for us on the Rocket Rewind show. I take care of y'all's beards out there.
Yep.
But anyway, so supposedly the evidence will show that Officer Jordan Stanky stood on the railroad tracks during a night traffic stop on September 16th, 2022. She did not know that an officer she was assisting had parked his patrol car on the tracks. Defense lawyer Mallory Revel said in opening statements. The woman inside suffered extensive injuries, including a traumatic brain injury. The tracks were completely flush with the road, nothing to trip over, and there were no illuminated crossing signs or gates at the railroad crossing in the rural area, just 2 reflective signs on either side of the tracks. And they said prosecutors will not be able to prove that she acted recklessly by leaving the woman in the patrol car.
Oh, give me a break. Did you get any information as to what road they were actually on?
I think it lists it.
Because if it does, I used to live in Fort Lupton, and I can probably tell you if it's the road that I'm thinking of that goes back into the development where I used to live. That's the only one that I know of that I can remember from back in the day that there was a railroad crossing right there, and there's the whole thing right there. Like it's like no train, no lights and freaking arms and all that shit. Everything's there. At least it was.
So it does not list the road in here. Let me see. I tried to find the actual court filings because a lot of times it'll have some details like that in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't locate the actual court filing on this. I don't know how to pull up their court shit. But nothing I found actually gives the name of the road. However, let's this picture right here.
I mean,
okay,
railroad crossing sign on both sides of the crossing.
Yeah, so the officer that's driving this car that we have this dash cam view of right here, she's the one that put the person in the car, right? But she didn't realize it was parked on the railroad tracks that she drove up to. I mean, part of driving is paying attention to signage, right?
Yeah,
whether it's
that's
fucking
what they
flashing
teach you
at
in
you or not.
all your EVOC classes. They teach you that in all EVOC.
Right.
I got taught that in high school.
Well, it's stressing EVOC too, though.
Yeah, and so she pulls up and she sees where she's at. She's got to walk right over these tracks, which are a different color than the road.
Mm-hmm. Different texture.
Because the roads are made of steel in Colorado.
Yeah, so I mean, I get it. I get that it's hidden and you can't tell there's a railroad crossing there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure there wasn't any yellow signs as you approached the crossing saying, "Hey, look out, train tracks ahead."
Yeah, it's not like there's a street sign right above it.
So Ember says always check your surroundings. Like seriously, don't they teach that in the academy? Man, they teach that in driving school and everything. We
don't look down.
Blade, how you doing, buddy? You doing good out there? Devin Teepee, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome. So that's there is a lawsuit going on with this. So when we have any kind of update on that, we'll bring it back up.
She'll probably sue the train company too for the train not stopping in time.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It takes gonna win.
Yeah, it takes a mile and a half to stop a train.
Yeah, I mean,
she's gonna win. You can sue anybody for anything, whether or not it's a legitimate case is always a question.
Yeah, they might file a lawsuit. Doesn't mean that the lawsuit's gonna win.
No, probably not, because technically that cop car is parked on railroad property.
Exactly, private property.
Yep.
Really.
She ain't winning nothing. Not on that anyway.
Yep. And then there's another case. I don't think we ever talked about this one. When did it originally occur? The lawsuit was filed in 2022. So yeah, we didn't talk about this because it happened before that. Let me pull this up here. I'm getting this from Coral Bay Films, by the way, but this is a U.S. Army veteran who's
John Daynard.
Oh, look at that.
Thanks, John.
You're there. Appreciate that, John. Thank you so much, buddy. I wish they would show in this chat though, like stickers and stuff, but it doesn't actually include that. It just kind of gives me that. But John, thank you so much, buddy. I certainly do appreciate it. That helps, honey. that'll help me get some what is it?
Barbasol.
Yeah, some beard conditioner.
Barbasol.
Yeah, some beard
Beard oil?
conditioner. Yeah,
Yep.
some beard oil. Got to get me some beard oil. What's going on, Brandon Loman? So this is a U.S. Army veteran. Now this one we're getting this from Coral Bay Films YouTube channel.
Was this the one that I posted the other day?
Who posted it?
That guy looks familiar.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you posted.
I sort of kind of related to this one. That's why I put it up there.
Yes, $5,000 towards my $5 towards my $5,000 want list. You're right. Yeah, I got a roof replacement coming Tuesday, and I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul and moving shit from. See, I got this checking account and this savings account, and sometimes I got to move stuff from one to the other one, and I got to go down there on the corner and put a can out and see if I can't take up some donations and stuff to pay for my my roof deductible. Yeah, $8,000 roof. Thank God I ain't got to pay all that, but insurance wants their
Jesus
$800.
Christ. What's your roof made of? Minecraft diamonds?
No. Roof in Louisiana was more expensive than that. I had a smaller house in Louisiana and still paid $8,000 for a roof down there.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah. But anyhow, so this happened. This happened prior to 2022. The lawsuit was filed in 2022. It was just settled. And I want to kind of give you a little intro into what happened here, and then we'll kind of talk about the case itself.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Now, my understanding is this was a traffic stop, right? Nothing major, just a traffic stop.
Uh-huh.
Was that your understanding too, Steve?
I
mean, I
It
looked.
was, and then I also heard that they pulled him over for DUI. Now, if that's true or not, I don't know. But what they do to this man is completely unjustified.
Yeah.
That was a bad day. Come on. Okay.
So he's already in custody at this point, right? Which
Mhm.
means he is under certain federal protections as far as our civil rights go. There's a lot of things that don't trigger, like the Fourth Amendment and the Fifth Amendment. Some of that stuff doesn't really trigger until a reasonable person would believe that they've been detained or arrested, and then that triggers. So he's under some protections here.
What are you doing, dude?
Sit down on the ground, and I'll bring a car.
I didn't do
over.
nothing. Ow, ow, fuck. Quit fucking on. I didn't do nothing.
You can
man.
start going with the program.
Ouch. That hurts. Quit it. That fucking hurts,
It's
dude.
called pain compliance.
Yeah,
When
right,
you
yeah.
stop resisting,
Ow, I'm not resisting. Why are you doing this?
Because you're just not going with the program.
I am. Quit hurting me.
You're just not going with the program.
Can someone please explain to me what going with the program means?
I don't know, but that cop is pissing me off, and I'm not even part of it.
Is it kind of like
So-
go with the flow, almost like that kind of saying, or
Well, do what we say.
I've never heard
Right.
of it. Like,
You know.
I've
Do what I
I'm
say,
not-
not do as I do.
I'm
No,
not.
I've heard
passing,
of go with the program, but
I'm not
yeah.
passing judgment here yet, like because I haven't gotten far enough into the video. I'm just curious what "go with the program" means.
Well,
Like, is there a script that civilians are supposed to go by or something, or what? Because
yeah, I didn't.
I
Get
didn't.
my
I didn't.
copy
I didn't
either.
get mine in the mail. I
Yeah.
didn't get mine.
Me either.
Me right now.
Not
You're hurting me, dude.
Worst role play I've ever
You're
seen.
hurting me. That hurts. That hurts. That fucking hurts, man. Jake,
All right.
hurts.
Listen
So-
to me.
Quit fucking.
Right now, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. It seems like the cop only has, unless that's the second hand on the underneath his hand. It looks like he's just got his hand on him, like the dude's. But I also can't see. So.
Yeah, I can't see his arms, but I believe part of the pain compliance is you're lifting the arms out, out into the back,
Yeah.
and that's going to create some pain compliance. I mean, I use some of the same techniques when I was trying to detain shoplifters.
Well, see,
right?
also if you look at that officer's shadow, he has a knife as an arm.
This one right here is this. So is this
Yeah.
this is that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is from Terminator 2, right?
Yeah,
Isn't this
yeah.
the one?
Yep, yep.
That's a T2000 right
Yeah,
there.
it's a T2000 arresting him. That's actually it's actually what's his name? That Patrick.
Doesn't matter.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, this guy's picking this man's arms up in the center. That puts an awful lot of pressure on the spinal column.
Right, and there is a time to use pain compliance, right?
And
Yeah,
I don't think this is now. This is not the time.
This dude's already in custody.
Yeah.
Right? Where's he going? He's in fucking flip flops, for fuck's sake. You think he's gonna outrun you in flip flops?
Yeah, he won't run anything.
But there's two officers there. Now, granted, one of them's keeping an eye on the other fella that seems to be standing over there. But there's two officers there. If once this dude's handcuffed, if he's not walking,
Pick him up.
You can get him in a car. You don't have to do all of this, and this goes on for a bit.
Is there anything saying that like one person can't pick up? I don't know the rules. Is there anything saying that like one person can't grab his legs, the other person can't pick up under his arms like he's drunk from a party or something? Like
nope, they very well could do that.
So now you're sitting here like a 3-year-old.
Ow, that hurts.
Okay?
I was
So
walking.
listen.
That fucking hurts.
And it will continue to hurt if you don't shut up and listen.
okay, yeah, he's got his arm up.
So
Or no, it looks like he's got him in like a top wrist lock or something. So you see his right hand is on his left hand. So he's got his arm up in the air. His right arm is going under his left arm.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, and then pushing down on his left hand.
So,
but wait, there's more.
but
No,
the thing is, I mean, none of this, in my opinion, is even necessary. This is just you didn't listen to me, and I'm about to teach you who's boss, right?
Yeah,
and that's not what law enforcement is for. Now, if somebody is fighting with an officer, then they're justified to use some level of force to get them detained and handcuffed and whatever. But once someone is handcuffed, their options is very limited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But not in this officer's mind.
In a moment, I'm going to stand you up. You can cooperate with that, or we can do more of what we're doing. Would you like to do more of what we're doing, or would you like to stand up, sir?
You want me to beat your ass even worse? Don't listen to me.
No, not at all.
Well, fucking, I just asked which way are you going? You fucking slammed me up against the car.
Here, no, grab him. I got to put gloves
Still
on.
Democrat.
Okay, so they're at a hospital right now. This is outside of a hospital, it looks like.
Hey, at least they did that. I'm assuming he requested medical attention.
Well, wait, just wait. It's not over yet.
Then there's more.
And there's more. Right there.
Look, he's on the ground, and we didn't even get to see what happened, right? But there is another view here.
And we've done it again. We're going to keep doing this?
I can't breathe.
Are we going to keep doing
I
this?
can't breathe.
You're talking, you're breathing.
You're talking, you can breathe. Okay,
Look how high he's got that guy's arms.
Stand
Look
up.
at this.
Put on your big boy
Come
pants.
on.
You want to act like a man.
Yeah, this is disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
So there was another view,
Okay,
or another
yeah.
view of.
There is just, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to see
Stand
this
up,
part.
Stand
though.
up. Come on, you're a man. Be a man.
I can't feel my legs.
You can feel your legs.
So he's saying he can't feel his legs.
All right.
And they
there's a
don't believe
wheelchair
him.
right behind you. You get to sit.
Stand up.
I can't feel my legs, dude. I'm
Look
sorry.
at his face, bro.
Oh shit.
Dear God. Dear God, I can't feel my legs.
Come on. Don't forget your pasta box.
Bro, police departments I grew up around, you tell them you can't feel your legs. They're like, all right, we'll just carry you.
I can't feel my arms, sir.
Mr. Gross.
Okay, now we got to have an MRI because he's fucking paralyzed.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Did you have the second body cam? Because I think it shows that other guy slamming him to the ground, but he like slammed him into the ground face first.
No, that's cut out in here.
Oh, they cut it out?
Yeah, that's cut out in here. We only had the one view.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, and I can tell you probably why, right? Because YouTube is getting real funny about violence.
Yeah.
And when you see some of that stuff in a video, YouTube is demonetizing or striking the videos and stuff. So some people are starting to cut some of that stuff out.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey.
What's going on, Corey? Early wine.
That's fucking sheriff babyface Stacy to you.
But this dude ended up with a 6-level posterior fusion at C3 and T2 with the laminectomy at C4 and C6. I have no idea what that means. But
so what that means is that all of his cervical vertebrae were broken from C3. Okay, so from C3 all the way down to T1. That goes.
So all this is broken.
Right here, all the way down to here.
Jeez.
So that's what they basically broke his neck in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places.
So I'll put it in layman's terms for you. We all know what all seriousness. We all know what we all know what the term ectomy means. Now,
yes.
and think of lamination. So they literally had to mend everything together. That's what a laminectomy is.
So this guy's got rods in his neck. He's got his spine is fused from C2 down to T1. I mean, that's a serious injury. I mean, no wonder he couldn't feel his legs or his arms. The guy's he's at that point right there, he's a paraplegic. They've absolutely destroyed his spinal cord and his vertebrae, and there's a lot of damage right there.
So one of his doctors says that he's going to need an agency hired nursing care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the rest of his life. He's going to have a nursing case manager 3 to 5 hours a month through his lifetime that's going to have to kind of review what's going on there. And then he's going to have a nursing supervisor for 3 to 5 hours per month.
2, 3, 4 miles, we'd get on the trail over here at Feather River Parkway. She would be on her scooter and I would be walking.
I'm a little concerned about some of this background music. But this dude goes from being active to now he's pretty much bedridden for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Because an officer lost his cool and couldn't keep his shit together and just get somebody in a car.
There really was no reason for anything that those cops did to this guy. Talk about excessive force. This guy is the definition of excessive force right here.
Right.
And it's a shame because he completely lost his life because of some cop with a bad attitude.
Yeah.
Did they say what happened to the officer?
So there is some information in here where there is, I believe the officer was terminated. Now, there was a $20 million settlement here. It's one of the largest police brutality settlements in the history.
Not to be funny. Not trying to be funny here. Yeah, they're giving him $20 million. What the fuck is he supposed to do with $20 million? Like he can't
cover his medical shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, he can't do anything. Like,
I know. Well, and that's the thing. See, the thing is the police department, the officers are not out really a whole lot. It mostly comes from the taxpayers. Now, Joshua Jackson, it says, is a former Yuba City police officer. He was the one responsible for breaking his neck and leaving him paralyzed when he slammed him to the ground. It also names fellow officers Scott Hansen and Nathan Livingston. And it says that they repeated brutality and that Livingston failed to intervene. So the city has to pay $17 million, and then $3 million is levied against the other defendants, including Officer Jackson, who was the original. So, which, I mean, that sounds good on paper and everything, right?
Mhm.
But the problem is, if somebody has $1 million judgment against me, I ain't got $1 million worth of shit, and you're never going to get your money.
That's what I was gonna say. I'll be 33 next month, and because of 1 year of really good trucking, I've probably made $1 million in my lifetime at 33 years old. So you really think that this cop is going to be able to fork over $3 million?
No, he won't. And all this money is going to be sucked up in medical care.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he'll be able to pay off his house and stuff, so he doesn't have to worry about that. But all this 20 million, well, 17 million, because that's probably all he's going to end up seeing. All of that is going to go to medical bills. Ajot, American Justice of Texas, good to see you, ma'am. She says no amount of money will make it better. You are correct. You are right. You are right.
Unless they come out with some serious Star Trek stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I get sometimes pain compliance is needed for combative people. Not people that just aren't complying. There's a difference in my mind, right?
Yeah.
And I think that this officer just got pissed that somebody wasn't listening to him. He was probably having a bad day or whatever it may be, and just decided that, this dude was basically going to get fucked up over it. And now here we are, talking about a story where this should have never happened. It should have never, ever happened. What's going on, Nicholas Peel? Well, we're it's Beard Awareness Day on our show because we felt bad about Jamie not having his beard, having to shave it off. So he got him a new one.
That looks really, really good, Jamie. It looks like your beard.
Yep.
Why is he displaying it like he's a fucking Price is Right girl?
Because why not? Why not? Why not? Right. What's up, Chris? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, buddy. But yeah,
Chris is probably like, what?
So Steve and I decided to to do our part and join Jamie in the beard awareness thing. So we got that. Megan's got one too. You just can't see it.
It's an invisible beard.
Yeah, it's one of those invisible beards. That's right.
Wax on, wax off.
But yeah, I mean, this poor fella, I feel for him getting hurt like that over something so simple, and it was so neat. You can. I don't ever like to see or hear of anybody getting hurt or paralyzed or anything like that, but there are instances where you can kind of see where some of the blame falls on the individual. Like if they're from law enforcement in a vehicle and they crash out.
Look what Corey said.
Oh, Lord, Corey. It's a good thing we're trying not to ban people on here. I'm sure there's some payback coming your way for that statement there, Corey.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
I sense a disturbance on Tuesday.
You better not fart in the wrong direction on Tuesday.
Oh my goodness. So
and it's going to be streamed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now here's another one. Because our next story, our main story, I think we're gonna cover, and that'll be like the last story we'll cover. Man, this itches.
Does it?
That's all seriousness. Now my facial hair, like it when it first comes out, it's like super thick and like
That's
hurts
what
my
she said.
face. Anyway, it hurts my face. That's why I never tried to grow a beard, because it was so painful and so itchy. Like I don't know, like if it's like a dermatology issue or what, but
well, I mean, y'all know, I mean, y'all see how my face is like baby slick all the time. Because I can't grow hair fast enough to get past that itchy stage and live with it. And then this is itching me too right now. Maybe it's just because I don't like shit on my face. I don't know.
You'll love it in wintertime.
Well, it depends on who she is, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm on. This is itching me a little bit.
Are
too
you
much.
done? Really? Oh, come on.
It's claustrophobia.
As girls say, beauty is pain. So the beards are, if they're painful, then get used to it.
I don't know.
Here's what you three need to understand. Onyx lives in like the asshole of hell. Like it is hot down there.
Not as hot as it is where Jamie's at.
Yeah.
That's like I don't understand how people keep real beards in places like that. I really don't.
I couldn't do it, not down there.
Here's a good one that Jamie shared with us. We've only got a ticker talker video, and it's I looked for the original and I couldn't find the original without just as much random shit on the screen as this one. So this comes from, whose TikTok is this? Grave Eyewitness posted this one. So this is in Colorado,
Larimer County. Oh my God!
Oh my God! I used to work on trucks down the road from where this.
No. You know what? It's such a small world, man. It's just. Oh
Steve,
my God!
I've come to a conclusion, real quick, Onyx. I'll make this quick. I've come to a conclusion. All the stuff that Steve knows about Colorado and all the things he complains about, I'm starting to think that these other things aren't the problem.
I can't drink my drink with this.
Try going to Colorado.
No, I'm good. I'll stay here.
Look at Irish now.
Look at that.
What's Irish?
He's Irish.
Top of the morning to you.
Irish or Amish? It could be both.
I thought something was a mish.
Mish.
Look at that. It's a reverse nut duster.
So there, he just guaranteed we're never going to get monetized. So if anyone wants to hit that donate button,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm never going to be able to turn ads
we should try to get sponsorship from beardhead.com.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, if you want to sponsor the channel, beardhead.com, give us a shout and let us know. I am going to have to take this off though.
I don't blame you.
Well, I have sensitive facial skin, and
it'd be Wilkes.
Probably gonna be broke out. I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna have like a red beard tomorrow.
Like got STDs.
Like the after shadow.
Yes, for real. But I do have to tell you that was awfully warm.
It is.
Yeah.
Wait till you experience that in the wintertime, man. You're gonna really like that hat.
Yeah, I'll probably go cop watching with that on in the wintertime. That'll be fun. Ajot says she saw the original of this and it's crazy. Yeah, it is. It's this is another one of those things that I'm gonna tell you. If you're gonna be a cop and you're gonna do shit, you got to pay attention. You just got to pay attention. Sean Chasden, see what's up, Sean? Good to see you. ABM's here. Jason Everett, what's up, y'all? Welcome. Good to see y'all. This is out of Larimer County, Colorado. Let's check it out.
Highway chase that turned deadly.
The reason why I'm stopping you is your registration's expired.
Oh, your registration's expired. Oh gosh. You gotta be kidding, right? That's a major crime.
You know, they're in Colorado, they will stick it to you for that. They actually, I got pulled over one time for expired registration on my Lincoln. And the cop pulled me over. He really, and that's all it was. I had insurance and everything on the car. He really couldn't get anything on it, but he wrote on the ticket, he wrote that I was involved in an accident. And I'm not kidding you, dude. I got a 6-point ticket for an accident that I never had.
Oh, that's an asshole. No wonder you don't like Colorado cops.
Yeah, fuck them. I mean, they're
tell us how you really feel.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good cops in Colorado, but there's a lot of crooked bastards out there.
I've never met them, but they exist.
Yeah.
You don't. Steve doesn't know any personally, but all right. So simple thing, expired registrations while they stopped him. Right, not really that big of a deal. But there was some other shit that went on. I can't play too much of it because some of these news medias like to strike or give us a copyright if we have too much of their audio voiceover on top of it. So I got to cut some of that out. But basically, they're about to tell him he's under arrest, and then shit goes sideways.
Now you're under arrest. Stop!
All right. He got a good lead on that officer, didn't he?
Damn good lead.
Bro tried to arrest a track star, man.
Yeah. Fucking insane boat. All right.
So I see where this is going.
So if you're queasy or don't want to see something really horrible happen, now is the time to maybe look away or mute.
Bring it on.
Because this is about to happen.
Yeah. Tase the guy in front of a car.
We're freezing the moment before impact, but once Thompson was
holy
tased
crap,
and
dude!
Highway, he was run over by an oncoming SUV. His lifeless body handcuffed and dragged out of further harm's way.
Handcuffed.
CPR is performed.
Yeah.
What? Wait a minute.
Yes. So they tased him in the road and let him get run over. Now, once again, there's some federal protections that come into play the moment someone is told they're under arrest.
Yeah.
Now,
he's
don't
officially under their care at that point.
Right. Don't run from the cops. Bad idea. However, all right, you didn't catch up to him through the median, but he takes off. He's taking off back across the road. He's eventually going to get to that other side over there where there's more grass, which is a perfect place to attempt to tase him. Not in the middle of the damn road.
Of the interstate,
well, for two reasons.
Probably like a fucking mountain lion on the other side or something.
Well, but for two reasons, tasing somebody in the middle of the road like that is a bad idea. One, is dangerous for them. Two, is dangerous for you as the officer. It's just a bad fucking idea.
Yeah, well, the thing was after he tased him, he himself just kind of stood in the middle of the road.
Did it say where in Larimer County was this? Did it say anything about like Loveland, Colorado, or anything like that?
No, not on this.
ABM, stop texting me.
I thought we were watching the Ewoks or something for a second.
Yeah, that's well, actually, that's C-3PO.
Yeah, C-3PO.
If only there was a way to. If only they had put a fucking thing on your phone where you could mute it.
Sounds.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. AJ, yes. So we did talk about the update to that one, where the court case has started, on that officer that put that chick in the car on the railroad tracks. But that case hasn't been completed yet. It's just in the process. So we'll follow up on that. But her defense attorney said she didn't know it was a railroad track, even though she drove up. Yeah, and this dude didn't know it was the interstate. He didn't know cars were going to be driving there.
The two people that were arguing, are they bear tracks or deer tracks? Bear tracks or deer tracks? And they argued until the train hit them.
Yeah, well, there you go. Exactly. So I mean, this is another one of those things where you've got to think, as a police officer, you hold people's lives and liberty in your hands. You can either, you can take people's lives away with the weapons that you have. You can take people's liberty away from putting them in jail. So when you do those things, you've got to make sure that you're doing it the right way. Just continue chasing him on across those other couple of lanes there until he jumps the other side and, gets in the grass.
And if he gets away, guess what? You got a fucking radio. You know what he looks like. You saw what he was wearing.
That's an idea. You know who the hell he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially out in Larimer County, there's nothing out there.
Well,
Nothing.
there you go. Leaving for the wolves, right?
It's all open country as far as the eye can see. He's not getting far.
Let Sheriff Mountain Lion have him. Like,
yeah, but I don't see any reason to tell somebody in the middle of the road. I mean, you give it 10 more seconds, he's in the grass again. Now he's dead. He died because cops let him get run over. So there's no undoing some of the things that somebody in law enforcement capacity can do. Yeah. And I think that sometimes people don't go into their day with that mentality that, let's not jump the gun and do stupid shit. ABM said it's great to see Jamie's beard coming back. Yeah.
Dude, I really
that's actually where he got the hair from, was his back.
Yeah. He made that from back hair.
From back hair.
Yep. Yeah. He made that from some of that Georgia hillbilly back hair.
It actually looks legit. What was that? An Amazon special? Is that what that was?
Yes, Amazon special, $10.
$10. There you go.
He went from youth member back to youth pastor.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
So that happened on I-25, Steve.
It was on I-25?
I-25.
So, I-25 in Larimer County. So that's either going to be
Pueblo.
Loveland. No, Pueblo is way south. So Loveland, or it's going to be
Fort Collins.
No, Fort Collins is too far north. I don't know if that's Larimer County still. Fort Collins, it could be Fort Collins, but
Yeah,
that's up near Greeley.
Says Fort Collins.
It was in Fort Collins?
Yep. Or just outside Fort Collins.
Ask Chris. He's right there in the chat.
ABM said that's what Steve gets for not putting his phone on silent.
Oh, really?
Ryan Wilson.
Hey, Ryan.
What's up, Ryan Wilson? How you is, honey? Good to see you.
You see, I shouldn't have to put my phone on silent, ABM, because you can see that I'm doing something. And generally, you would want to be like considerate of that and not interrupt what we got going on. But
no,
he's still DMing me. So,
Corey, I'm having some PB and Jam Monster. That's the juice that I'm vaping right now. My throat's been a little scratchy from my allergies, so it kind of hit me hard at that moment. It's not the good kind of vape. It's not one of them weed pens. Unfortunately.
Okay, so he had a warrant issued for his arrest for misdemeanor and petty drug offenses, along with a revoked license.
Yeah,
I guess that constituted him dying.
Yeah, so nothing life threatening. Nothing life threatening.
Well, it kind of was. I mean,
yeah.
Sean says he's surprised that Corey's awake. Yep.
Yeah, that's funny.
So have you ever heard of Hoover, Alabama?
Yeah, once or twice. I've only bought Christmas there every fucking year for the last 15 years.
So Hoover, Alabama is down south of me. Oh my Lord, this ain't that kind of show, Corey.
Come on, Corey. Come on.
I'm glad. I'm wondering. So here, I'm wondering if Corey asterisked that out or if YouTube did it on its own.
I don't know.
Yeah. Probably Corey did it himself because I'm pretty sure Corey's got moderator status, so he can probably talk.
He does.
But yeah, good God Almighty. That's going to be interesting when we hang out with these folks again on Tuesday. Anyway, Hoover, Alabama is a little south of here. It's near Birmingham, Alabama.
I actually lived about, not to sound like Steve, but I actually lived about 10 minutes from there.
You mean not to sound like me?
Well, you got Colorado stories. He's got Alabama stories.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like that.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, if you've never heard of Hoover, Alabama, I can tell you a couple of important things. One is they got fancier shit for their law enforcement than I thought they did. Yeah, there's some fucking money there.
I know I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry. They are so that area basically surrounding Hoover is Jefferson County. Hoover is in Jefferson County. But so say I wanted to work for the fire department, a clerk's office, police department, anything there, I have to apply through the county. Now, if I want to work for Hoover Police Department or Hoover Fire Department or a government job with Hoover, you apply directly to the city. It's that kind of like they have their own money. They have their own sewage.
Like
they have their own everything.
Like they do here in Huntsville. Yeah, because Huntsville City does all their own stuff like that. But Hoover, to look at it, well, I guess let me pull this up. Hold on. Oh, y'all are just ABM said, "God damn it, Jamie, the beard is a lie." It is. He got tired of us picking on him. So, yeah. But hey, it's Beard Awareness Day here on the Rocket Rewind show. We wind. I drank a beer earlier. I'm sorry.
I had two.
I think it's catching up with me. I only had one, but damn, you know how it is. Let's see. Let me look at this. Come on, pull this up. I can't even type today, y'all. It's been one of them days.
You got coronavirus.
Well, at least it ain't the claps. Let's see. So
I can see my house from here.
All right. So look here, right? So here's Birmingham, big ass city, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here's Hoover. Right? Hoover's inside this little dotted line thing. Yeah, it's a suburb, right? So I mean it looks kind of small.
I can still see my house.
You want to zoom in the street level where your house is? No, I'm just kidding.
No. I lived in Bessemer.
So I thought Hoover was like just a little small, sleepy suburb area, right? I didn't realize how fancy the Hoover Police Department and Hoover City as a whole was.
So do you see that? You see that image in the top left of the screen, everyone? The very top, or I want to say like 3 floors down from the top floor of that hotel, which is called the Winfrey. I'll let you come to your own deduction there. If you count from the top floor and go down, I want to say 3 floors down is where the headquarters of the SEC is, as in Southeastern Conference for college sports.
Dang. So I say that to lead up to this, right? They probably also have one of the best looking websites of any police department that I've ever seen. I mean, look at this. It's all fancy. Look at that. I'm impressed. But that's not the reason we're talking about Hoover. The reason we're talking about Hoover is because some girl got kidnapped on the side of the interstate because she saw a little kid walking. Oh, no, wait. No, that never happened.
Okay, good.
Yeah, all that shit's just made up.
$4.95.
It's all just made up.
$4.59. I meant, my bad.
But let's. I do want to share a couple of things with you though from this investigation. So, this is the original story that came out. Carlee Russell is the young lady's name, and she called in and said she saw a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. And within just a few minutes, police show up and she's not there. She's
the toddler or the girl?
Neither.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the toddler turns out never was there. But she's not there either. Now let's pull up. Let's get this
toddler.
Yeah. So let's get this 911 call. So here's the 911 call. This is coming from AL.com, but it was released by the Hoover Police Department. But let's check out this 911 call. This is the call that she makes. This is her car as she's pulling off on the side, says that she saw a toddler walking. Now this is traffic cam out here, and there's no toddler visible anywhere.
I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where on 459 are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like to get off by the Hoover Med. Okay, so you're before that exit?
Exit 10, that's Highway 150.
Yes. Okay, and where you headed?
So let's see. That is going to be, let's share this tab here.
It's Highway 150.
Ooh, look out.
Look just northwest of where like Hoover is. Look just northwest of it on 459.
Damn
so
it.
Go to the left. Go down to the left.
I can't get it to drag. It's not dragging.
Yep.
Okay, so this is 459. All right, so it's where?
Your mic's not working, bud.
No, it's because I was too far from my mic. I have to have it because I have a roommate, so I have it set a certain way. Okay, you see that 150 right there that crosses? Stop right there. Where it says Whiskey American? Nope. Right there. The one that crosses that road. The main one that crosses that road.
Whiskey American Restaurant and Bar?
Yep. Yeah, the one that goes under the interstate. That's so she was right here. Yep. She was right there at that exit.
She was right up in here. Okay.
Hey, there's a Longhorn there. Oh, dude.
Wow, come on, Google Maps. Okay, so we're talking about this exit here. Man, there's a lot going on over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
So I'm only going off of what I saw. She was probably about either a mile north or a mile south of that exit, because when you're at that exit, it's lit up. It wouldn't have been dark like it was. So she's either a mile north or a mile south.
All right, let's go. Let's swap back to this. I'm thinking the exit might be right down here.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff lit up down that way.
Southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay. And what's the shop?
Okay, so she's southbound.
On the right side.
There's a sign for the exit.
They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound. How old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is that a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. White male? Okay. So is he wearing clothes?
Okay. So she calls in this 911 call, right? And they're, come to find out, when the police pull up, let me see if I can get. All right, so here's an enhanced video. This is from Burnt Sticky Buns. Burnt Sticky Buns. Hey, let's see. So this is an enhanced video supposedly that comes from WBRC Fox 6 News.
Is it like computer animated or something?
Well, no, I think they adjusted the lighting somewhat.
I don't see no kid.
That doesn't look anything like that area, to be honest.
Well, she's by that sign right there, right?
Well, yeah, I know. I'm not saying she's not. It's just like the reason I ask is like that sign that right there on the right is covered and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I don't know. But you know, the other video is really, really dark. It looks, I know one thing, it looks like they lightened it up. And this right here, of course, I think they had to apply some colorization to some of this because a lot of this stuff looks a little pixelated or a little flattened rather. So she pulls up here. There's no kid. Her call went out. Police immediately dispatched somebody to head out that way. When they get there, only her car is there. She's not there. Toddler's not there. As the Hoover police start investigating, you know, people are getting together search teams. You know, they're looking for this girl. Her cell phone, you know, well, she before the police got there, as soon as she got off the phone with 911, she called a family member, told them the same thing. She saw a toddler on the side of the interstate. So she was waiting on the police, but then she screams, and that's the last anybody hears of her. So at that point, everybody, including the Hoover Police Department, is looking at this as a kidnapping and that there's possibly a toddler. So they're worried about Carlee Russell here and a possible toddler. When it's all said and done, though, there's a press conference that I'm going to show you here in a second. Not only does Hoover have some really, really badass website and, police equipment, but they also have probably one of the best dressed police chiefs I've ever seen in my life. It looks like this dude has his stuff custom made. But
I would like to
me,
say that
I never can see where she gets out. Like, I've looked at this.
You see when she walks behind the taillights in the original vehicle.
Yeah, but it's like I can't really make out. Even with this, it's difficult for me to see anything. Of course, I have bad eyes anyway.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get in a vehicle with anybody. She's got to ease off down through here somewhere. And like you said, there's a bunch of shit at this exit. So she could have went and had a latte somewhere or something. We don't really know. But she wasn't kidnapped. And there's more info that starts coming out. Let's see. Let's pull this back up.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys that not only is Hoover has its own money, but they do not for 1 second hesitate about passing all that money on to their law enforcement division, as you're going to see in a moment here, because they have some very good detectives and very good police officers.
Let's see. Where is the press conference?
I didn't see that, Chris. Chris said it looks like there's a car parked further up on the right.
Like up here. So it's really hard to make out to me, even with this enhanced version of it.
Chris, what you're seeing, if you're talking about that thing like reflecting off the, like right there where your mouse is, just above it.
Oh, right there
on the left, right there. Yeah, that is just a bridge. That's like a marker, like a 1/10 of a mile marker. That's all that is. Because that's a mile marker she's at right there.
Yep. So no kid, no kidnapping. Let's bring this one back up. There is a press conference, and why is it not? Oh, because I got the wrong thing pulled up.
Oh, Onyx.
Yeah, it's on their Facebook page, not on their website, which their website's badass. Why not put it on the website too? But you know, and don't get me wrong, I didn't want to cover this to, you know, to disparage her necessarily. I mean, I don't agree with making up bullshit, and we'll kind of get into some discussion on it in a minute. But I wanted to cover it because
facts as we know them so far, and a few additional details that we've been able to uncover in this
Damn
case.
it, Sean.
Woo, that was loud. No, that was just loud in my ear holes.
Well,
on July the 13th at approximately 9:34 p.m., the Hoover 911 Center received a call from a 25-year-old female on I-459 southbound.
Hey, Rob
mile
Wilson.
marker 11. She reported that she saw a toddler
Hey, Ryan.
out of the interstate. After calling 911, the caller stopped to check on the child and also called a family member to report the same details. The family member lost contact with the caller, but the line remained open. Police officers who were already en route to the location of the initial 911 call located the female's vehicle as well as some of her belongings at the scene. They were unable to find her or a child in the area, and Hoover police had not received any additional calls of someone missing a small child. Detectives are currently investigating these incidents and are requesting the public's assistance to help locate Carlee Nicole Russell. She's described as a 25-year-old black female who is 5'4", 150 to 160 pounds.
So they reached out to the public to help locate her. They were forming search parties. Multiple agencies were involved. The Hoover Police Department was involved. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Department was involved. The state police was involved. The FBI got involved. Those are just the agencies that I know of for sure. So we're talking about a lot of man hours. We're talking about a lot of people working when they could have been, you know, looking for other crimes and that kind of thing, right?
A lot of taxpayer money being used.
Yes.
But let me ask you a question. I heard something about, and I'm probably jumping ahead of this, but I wanted to ask. She released some kind of an apology.
Yes.
Does that excuse falsifying a police report?
No, it doesn't. It does not.
I just wanted to clarify that.
I think they made her apologize,
no
but
sense.
she made 5 million people look like idiots on Facebook. That's why she apologized.
Yeah. So wow, why did this go full screen?
F11, man.
No,
That's meta.
it just went full screen on me there. I don't know. All right, this is going to be
this update or a few comments through the Hoover Ministry. Thank you, Captain.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? This is the police
Hell
chief.
yeah.
Check
That's
that suit out, would
very
you?
fancy Steve Harvey suit right there, man.
I was going
like
to say exactly Steve Harvey.
Dude,
that is nice.
That is from the
That
Steve
guy's
Harvey
got some
collection.
stripes, dude. Damn.
Yeah. Savage, that's right. I left that thing out. So she also left her wig behind. Carlee Russell did. Her wig was there like it had got yanked off or whatever, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. Now she gave this real elaborate story. She saw the toddler, you know, she got out of the car, and she got pulled down the side of the road and then put in a vehicle. She ended up being blindfolded and stuff, but they didn't tie her wrist because they didn't want to leave marks on her. So that's why she didn't have any ligature marks.
At least they were polite.
Yeah. At least they were polite fake kidnappers. And she was in at one point she was in the back of an 18-wheeler. She managed to escape. But then they caught her and put her into a car. And
Candy cane.
Yeah, and they fed her some cheese. They gave her some cheese, and the woman that was there, who she never saw, she only heard her voice because she was blindfolded. She couldn't see her. She played with her hair.
They fed her cheese. What was it? Cheese whiz on crackers or something?
Yeah.
I mean, they said, like the lady
it better
fed
be
her
Ritz
cheese
crackers,
whiz on,
man.
Tanya Griffin. Tanya Griffin, Mama G, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah. So the apology did come through a lawyer, and we'll get to that here. Hey, the chief is actually going to share that that apology, if you want to call it that. And then at one point, yes, she said she went 600 yards after the child.
I mean, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, that's a long way.
I wish I could do that even back in the day. I mean,
so here we go. Let's
do it after 18 Red Bulls.
Let's let Chief Steve Harvey. No, that's not his name. But I love this suit, man. I'm jealous. But he's going to share this is their update when they found her. Oh, that's right, Linda. It's Kidnappers ASMR.
Good afternoon. Earlier today, Hoover police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, a located kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee's alive so her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction.
Good.
Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime. Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
I like this guy.
Yeah, so
he's a good chief, man. And look at his suit, dude.
I know, man. I love the suit.
It's on point, man. I love his tie too.
So there was so many people involved in this search, and so many women that were nervous as hell, thinking that, great, we can't even stop to help a kid. We're going to get kidnapped. You know, this was the talk of the country. You know, this had parents scared to let their kids go places. And I don't understand why or how somebody can make something like this up. I can't understand how you reason through doing that. Yeah, the first briefing had a pink suit. Let me see if I can find that one, because that was a sexy suit too.
So I didn't. We never really discussed it, but like I don't even know where my son's mom was, like where her mind was during this. Like after, like you said, people afraid to let their kids out and stuff because you can only go off of what you know is the truth. And for context, my son lives, I'd say, 20 minutes from the location, the area where it supposedly happened.
It's another
Well, and the thing
My
is,
client was not with anyone.
hold on.
All
right, so yeah, that is, if you go anywhere around Birmingham from this direction, you're going to be passing through Hoover, or right through that way, right? So that's the way we go when we leave from here going to visit our family in Mississippi. There's tons of students, female students too, of course, that are traveling from areas north of Birmingham through that area going to Tuscaloosa.
UAB is like not even 5 minutes north of it, or
Right,
5 minutes north. Yeah,
and UAB right there. I agree with you. Tanya. Shit didn't seem right to me, and I mentioned it on one of our other episodes, but I didn't want to cover it because I was still waiting on this information to come out, which I felt like was coming out. The whole thing felt a little odd to me, and then when they released the information of going through her phone and some of the internet searches that they found, I knew this shit was fake.
This stupid bitch.
So she searched, do you have to pay money for an Amber Alert? She searched,
the movie Taken.
Yeah, the movie Taken, which is about kidnapping, of course. She also looked up bus tickets, and she was planning on getting a bus ticket, it looked like, from Birmingham to Memphis, I believe it was. And it was just, the whole thing felt a little hinky to me to begin with. For those of you that don't know, that's from my days as a Scooby-Doo fan. It was Jinkies. It was hinky. But so let's check out this suit. This is another press conference, an earlier press conference, where they talked about we're
here today to provide
letter from her attorney
to the case. Answer.
Okay. Good
afternoon.
This is the chief again
Thanks
in
to
his
everyone
blue
for
suit this
attending
time.
again today.
Another hot one.
I want to thank the members of our department and all of law enforcement who played a role in the investigation of this case. Last Wednesday, July 19th, we held a press conference and provided you with the facts of the Carlee Russell disappearance. We told you the investigation was ongoing. We helped you determine where Carlee was within the 49 hours of her disappearance. Today, I've talked to and received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon. But then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf. Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement in its entirety, which I will do now. My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th.
No shit.
2023.
I was shocked.
Did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself.
Because nobody would be stupid enough to do it. That's why.
Any hotel with anyone from the time she was missing.
Nobody else.
My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carlee, again, ask for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. We're currently in discussions.
All right. So this of course was released prior to the last one that we looked at. And then that brings us to
Hey, Marcy.
What's up, Marcy? You never
Hi.
saw the apology? Yeah, so that's what they called an apology. I think it's a little lacking, of course, but
That was one of my big pet peeves is when people say they made a mistake.
yeah,
I just don't
A mistake is something you didn't mean to do.
I just don't understand why she did this. Did she do it for attention?
She was supposed to be taken off to go be with some dude, apparently. That's what I've read. That's not, don't take my word for it. That's just what I've read.
yeah, I had read that too. Now I don't know. I haven't seen that officially released by law enforcement or anything, but you know, her boyfriend at one time was being looked at by the police as possibly being involved in this. But that's the usual. The folks closest to you are looked at first. But he was, you know, he was worried. He was out helping church. He was, you know, when all the people online were starting to talk shit, you know, because a lot of people smelled the bullshit early on and started talking a lot of stuff. He was standing up for her, you know. And then when this last bit of info came out that she made it all up and everything, he was like, "Bitch, I'm done." You know, he was so pissed.
Yeah, I would be too.
And it's I can't think of a good reason to fake your own kidnapping unless you're trying to escape physical abuse.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I wonder if she'll come out with that next.
Well, you know, Marcy, I'm the same as you. All right. So when this story first came out, things seemed a little weird to me. And I thought, okay, she's having some type of a psychological episode. This is mental health related. You know, she's hallucinating, you know, that's the way I went with it. That's the first thing I thought of. I didn't think I'm making this up to go meet somebody else, you know, because if you're a grown ass woman and you want to go meet somebody else, you just go meet somebody else, you know, break up with your boyfriend, go get in bed with somebody else, whatever the case may be. Right. And I really didn't expect it to be truly faked like this until they started putting out info about what she had done the searches on. When they released the information about her computer searches, at that point I'm like, okay, she was planning this. She's either trying to get a GoFundMe to, you know, to build up money, or, you know, she's trying to get attention, or, you know, it's coming from somewhere. And then come to find out, she did it over a stupid ass reason. Supposedly.
I can tell you this as far as the GoFundMe. In the South, when you tell us about your problems and we say we'll pray for you, you know why we're praying for you? Because we don't got no money.
We don't got no money, honey.
Now there was almost $70,000 raised for the Hoover area. What is it called? The Crime Stoppers.
Yeah.
Right, for Crime Stoppers to be able to give a reward. 20,000 of that came from one individual.
She's like, I turned myself in.
Holy shit!
I think, and then I want to say some real estate group put in like the majority of the rest, but then there were a lot of people that gave $5, $10, $100. You know, a lot of individuals also, but it came up to be almost $70,000 worth. And, you know, that's a donation. And when you make a donation to Crime Stoppers in a special thing like that, it can be earmarked for a specific case, so that it's only paid out in that case. And if, you know, and then they will refund. I think they've refunded back most of the people, unless, or they gave the people the option to either keep it in the kitty for the next reward, or they got their money back. But yeah, a lot of people donated money to help build this reward up. And so individuals got ripped off by her also, you know.
So
$20,000. Holy shit.
Tanya, I know you said something earlier about the area, so I'm guessing you know the area. So, right there on the other side of those trees from where she stopped, there's like a giant shopping center there. Well, the message before that, she said someone had to help her. She didn't walk down the interstate. So she probably just cut through those trees to head. If you pull it back up, like the above view, you'll see like that shopping center's right there on the other side of where she's. Yeah, and a subdivision. Yes, exactly.
So I'm thinking she was somewhere right around. So the exit is right here. You can start seeing the signs.
So I can tell you, like,
So she's somewhere up in here.
The trees will cover part of that shopping center you see just above the interstate. They do cover part of that. As you can see, okay, do you see it now? You see how the trees kind of cover it towards the exit?
Right.
There's, like Tanya said, there's a subdivision right there. So my guess, and I'm going to agree with Tanya, like she more than likely knew someone in that subdivision.
Well, she may not have had help
in
this, but she had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Now there was mention that she was not in a hotel with anybody else. So I don't know. It's kind of it was kind of weird to me that you would plan something like this for a stupid ass reason. But
fun fact on a side note, real quick. That Target is the reason I quit delivering beer. All right, go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
So she was charged with misdemeanors, and the chief of police said that he wished he could have done more. And so on the police website, they do show the section 13A 10-9. Which classifies it as a misdemeanor. False reporting an incident also classified as a misdemeanor, except falsely reporting an incident of a bomb or explosion or the alleged release or impending release of hazardous or dangerous substances, a Class C felony. So when he's talking about trying to work with Steve Marshall, the Attorney General, and the state legislature to get sentence enhancement or charge enhancements, this is the statute that they're talking about here, where they want another except if reporting a kidnapping or other violent crime. Now this is her. Yeah. Hey girl, what up? So this is her mugshot, and she's got the audacity to smile in it. I mean, which granted, hold on now, let's devil's advocate here, I guess. A lot of people are pissed off. They think that she's mocking everybody because she's smiling in her mugshot. I think she knows she's, made national news. She's nervous as hell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's made national news. She's probably nervous, true, but she knows this mugshot's about to get plastered all over the world. So let's don't look shitty. Let's at least fix herself up, right? I mean,
she does look very nice.
Yeah. And by all accounts, very smart girl, going places, doing shit with her life. It's
she
not
was a
like
nursing student.
Yeah.
She could have at least used mascara. What the hell?
Well, they stole her eyebrows too.
Here's my hope. Yes, she's only paying $2,000 in fines or bonds or bail.
Well, yeah, $2,000 in bond, but up to $6,000 in fines.
Here's my hope. So her car got left on the side of the interstate. So try to follow me here. What do you think happened to her car since it got left?
It got towed.
Exactly. So that area is contracted to a company called Proto, which is owned by Will Recker in Birmingham, Alabama. My hope is that once, I'm not going to say the owner's full name. My hope is that once Mr. Will got word of this, he told them to put her vehicle in the most secured type of storage there is, which can accrue up to, I don't know, anywhere from $175 to $300 something a day. And how long was she missing? Like 3 days or something?
Yeah.
It's insane amount of money.
49 hours, I think.
Yeah, and I'm sure she probably still hasn't gotten her car back, which means how much money do you think she's going to have to spend to get her vehicle out of tow?
That's her problem.
I know. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that that's the case.
So my big concern is, and of course y'all, feel free to chime in. We're at the point where we can just start talking about this now.
Oh, I will.
M4566 Oh, what's going on? Says cute girl. Does she have an OnlyFans?
She gonna need one.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I mean, I pretty much said what I was, my thought processes on it. I'm kind of anxious to hear. I'm glad we have a female on the panel, because one of the biggest things that people talked about is how it made the women in the area feel and be nervous. Megan, if something like this was to happen in your area that you traveled, would it change? I mean, would it change how you do shit? Would you be nervous?
Absolutely.
Are we saying that this is before Megan finds out like what's really going on?
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, if there's a story that breaks that says, hey, some girl got kidnapped, and Megan drives this route back and forth to work every damn day. Because how many hundreds or thousands, rather, of people were in that situation? They drive right past that exit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I have daughters, and I was nervous when it came out, because trafficking is a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more common in Alabama and places than people realize. So when we first mentioned this, Megan first mentioned it, what'd you think? Were you scared for the girl, or did you think she was full of shit at the very first, before we knew anything else?
I was honestly scared for her.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was driving to work on the road I drive every day, there's like a couple of roads I drive on that are pretty. One of them is actually not an interstate, but it's like a highway. I would be scared as shit. I mean, especially because where I drive to work is a very like high crime area in general. So, I mean, to put on
You
top
work
of
in the hood, honey?
a little bit, yeah.
Told you she works at U-Haul.
Yeah.
You call, we haul.
Or Waffle House.
Megan, you should just get your carry permit and you won't have to worry.
She's not Lana Del Rey. She's not Lana Del Rey. She doesn't work at Waffle House.
I mean, it ain't going to be much for you to handle a 22, for example. I mean,
I've
saying.
never shot a gun. I can honestly
Hey,
say that.
22s ain't going to kick. You'll be able to handle it nice and easy. It'll effectively get done what you got to do, and it probably won't be lethal. However, I mean, depends on where you're popping a guy with a 22.
Jesus
you know what I'm
Christ.
talking about?
Tell me you were in the fucking mob without telling me you were in the fucking mob.
Yeah, real.
Hey, it's gonna stop
know
the guy.
somebody.
Right. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt nobody.
I know a guy with a thing. Hey, you know what I'm talking about here? Hey?
Yeah. So
They're trying to drag me to the East Coast so I can go on like a gun party, so to speak.
Yeah, all I'm saying is if you had a carry permit with a weapon, you wouldn't be scared. That's all I'm saying, eh?
Well, you'd still be scared. I mean, some big grown guy who could grab me. Heck yeah, I'd be scared,
So now that we know it was all faked and stuff, how do you feel about it now?
I mean, I want to say there was some kind of mental health thing going on. Like that's just kind of how I feel about it. I don't know. Well, like, we don't know all details about exactly why she did this, but there's got to be some kind of mental health thing going on. Because I don't want to say a normal person, but most people wouldn't fake a kidnapping to get attention. There's plenty of other things you can do to get attention in this world.
Right.
But I mean, to first of all, pull over and say there's a toddler on the road, and there's no toddler there that you can easily see. I mean, first of all, that's messed up. Because if I saw a child on the road wandering around, of course, I would not lie about that. I would, that would be truthful. But then to come up with all these excuses that don't add up, it's just kind of like, there. Not only does it have to be planned in some way, but you wonder if there's just some kind of like mental health thing going on. And I feel bad for her in that case, because if you're not mentally stable, I can understand sometimes how things can affect a lot of different things in your life, but at the same time, why lead up to this,
Well, and So what about? I mean, are you angry?
I'm not really angry, I don't think. I guess just more of me wants to know why she chose it. And that's kind of how I can like come up with my answer
Yeah.
or like how I feel. Cuz I feel more bad for her in a sense where I'm like sweetie, what happened? Like, is it something that happened in your family? Is it something that happened with a guy? Like what's the story here,
Well, see, and my fear is, the more bad things we hear about, the more we don't pay attention to them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
Desensitized. We come
yeah, we
desensitized to it.
exactly. That's what I was thinking about. That's my fear, is that, the more fake shit we have told, the police are having to spend too much time trying to verify the story as opposed to looking for somebody. It's somebody's daughter could get taken, and because they've got to spend a little extra time trying to verify some shit, they could disappear.
And never be seen again.
Right. And not to say that the cops are doing anything wrong, because they have to cover all bases. And I think the Hoover cops and them, did the best they could do with what they had.
I mean, I guess the only thing I would feel anger toward is I feel like she should have to pay a lot more money toward the state for all the trouble they had to go through to find her. I mean, there should be a lot more involved with that. That's just my opinion, but
well, so here's, and I'm with you on that, in that, because it pisses me off that she made this all up. Okay.
Where's my dear bruh?
Yeah, that's right. She did the baby on the highway joke. So I'm with you in that I think that there should be some damages. They should have to pay some of this money or something, because this is a lot of taxpayer money eaten up here.
Yeah.
But here's my fear. And this is always my fear with, let's add another law, or let's add enhanced penalties to this law. Let's say that I think I saw something happen, right? And I call and I report it. I think I saw somebody get kidnapped, so I call and report it. Maybe it's a father and daughter in an argument, and he says, "Get your ass up in this van," puts her in the van, and he drives off. And I'm like, "Oh shit, did I just see a kidnapping?" And I call the cops, right? And it turns out it's not.
You just reported a false crime.
I just reported a false crime. There's nothing in that law that says, it has to be worded right. And I just worry that, let's don't add a whole bunch more laws. Let's don't add a whole bunch more enhancements and, all that kind of stuff. But in this instance, I see where it's needed, but it's just got to be handled right, so that, it's not abused and people don't get charged with shit when it was an accident. This was not an accident. This was planned. It's not a mistake. It was planned
poorly.
Yeah, it was poorly planned.
So I would think that this is not from a political standpoint. This is from a personal. Anyone who lives in Alabama or knows Alabama, this is from that standpoint. As long as Meemaw Ivy is not involved, I would think that any new law that is drawn up or any revised law would be for the specific scenario, like a self-reported fake crime about yourself.
I would hope.
And here's the thing: like I would rather the time have to be taken and the tax dollars have to be spent on that one time of having to write that law in, as opposed to something like this happening again.
Right there. I mean,
more tax dollars having to be wasted.
I agree with you there. So, Jamie, what do you think? You've got you and I both have. You have a teenage daughter.
Yeah,
I've got two daughters.
Driving.
Yeah, I'll just be over here doing nothing.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me. Myself and Steve and Onyx. I know we're old enough that I know y'all remember the old rumors in the 90s about the car seat sitting beside the edge of the road, and women were driving down the road at nighttime to check on the car seat and get kidnapped. Since then it's been proven to be a hoax. There's no actual truth found out about it during those 90s that it actually happened. So it makes you wonder if maybe some of that, maybe she came across those old hoaxes like that sometimes, and maybe she just see if she couldn't act it out and see what comes out of it. But thinking about this when you got a kid, you hear about it, and I will say, I was like, well, that's Alabama. I just kind of brushed it off because it wasn't local. Because, like you said, I'm desensitized to it by now because of everything we see all the time. As an actor a while back, supposedly was beat up and mugged and all that up in New York.
Jesse Smollett. Yeah.
Jesse Smollett, yeah, that's it. And that starts desensitizing right there. Well, so done something too, man. And then once the investigation comes down, well, it really happened the way I said it happened.
Yeah.
So over time, like you said, it just starts working its way down, and you start getting like I was. I just, well, you know what? Well, and someone else will never hear from again because they're gone. And then if you find out later on that it was all falsehood, and you just like, well,
it's a case of crying wolf is what it is.
It's a case of crying wolf. The little boy blue that cried wolf.
Yep.
And when it happens over and over again, you'll get more and more like, well, there goes another one. There goes another one. You just start relaxing until it actually happens to your own kid or to your own wife or your own girlfriend, your own mother like that. And then you're up in arms about it. Well, why hasn't someone tried to do something earlier to solve this issue? But by that time, it's happened so much of wolf being cried, everybody just, oh, well, there goes another one.
Yeah.
And then just blame Jesse Smollett.
Yeah. I always blame Juicy Smoothie.
That's what Mr. David Chappell said.
Yeah.
Juicy Smoothie.
Yeah, my daughter has just started driving. She just turned 15, so that's something keeping you back in mind that one day it could happen to her.
Hey, as long as she knows how to handle a gun, dude, she'll be fine. I'm telling you.
But here's the that I wish that was a fix all, but
it can be.
Using a weapon is a mental mountain of its own that not everybody is prepared for. Having a weapon is not going to protect you. Being able to use it is the key.
Well, I don't know if you remember back when you remember the whole knockout game was going around a few years back. Kids walking up to people, hitting them in the head and all that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, you remember that? So me and my now current ex-wife at the time we was married. We had gone to a mall and we had two younger teenagers run up behind us. I come out of the corner of my eye, and at the time I was carrying a full frame in an external holster. And I was able to catch them running behind us fast enough that I caught one of the boys in motion with his hand put behind him, fisting to swing on either myself or my wife. And I was able to swing around and pull my shirt up fast enough. And I already had my hand on my gun. And luckily the boys made a smart move of going the opposite way. It was coming towards me.
Yeah.
But like Anna said, that is a big commitment you're fixing to make, that you had the potential to take someone's life from because of that reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a better way of saying it, fuck around, find out. But
that's right.
It's a big mental hit. If that's gonna happen, you know what's fixing to come. Legal, mental, all kinds of other challenges are fixing to hit you real hard and heavy.
Hey, that's a serious find out right there for the individual that's trying to find out. But it's a valuable lesson to learn, man. You want to play around, you're gonna pay the piper.
Right.
Now, Steve, what do you think? This wasn't in Colorado.
You know what? I don't know, man. I don't get why she did what she did. The only thing I can think of is that she was trying to get 15 minutes of fame. I mean, what else could there be a reason? I mean, I don't see any other logical reason. It makes no sense. I mean, she files a false police report. Why? Like, what's the reason? There's no
Yeah,
reason for this.
there's still some info left to come out that I'm interested to see.
I would like to find out what the actual reasoning was behind this, because it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, I'm sure we'll have the chief come out in his purple pantsuit and tell us
Dude,
at some point.
I can't wait. I want to see that guy's next suit.
Yep, I can too. Stacy, you know this area. What's your? I mean, I know you shared a lot of yours along the way, like I did. But to sum up your thoughts, what do you think?
I don't know her life. I was doing some research on her parents here. I mean, doesn't seem like she grew up very rough. So, but also, I mean, we knew several people in history that didn't grow up in like rough childhoods or anything that turned out the way they did. She went to a decent high school. I mean, it's had its moments. Spain Park. She went to Auburn University of Montgomery. She was in UAB.
Yeah.
You can't get. I'm going to tell you guys now. You cannot get into UAB if you're stupid. And there's no other way to say it, like without trying to, like I'm not trying to sound insensitive. If you're dumb, you're not getting into UAB.
Hey, it is what it is, right?
Like University of Alabama at Birmingham is a medical school predominantly, and it's like one of the top 9 in the country. And like, I don't know what she was thinking. I don't think she was thinking at all. I'm gonna go with she was trying to find an easy way out of her relationship to go be with someone else, because that's what everything's pointed at.
Yeah.
I just I got nothing. Like this is one where
You said
like,
that. Can I make a point real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you did say that. So I'm wondering if that was the case, maybe she was in an abusive relationship and she had no other way to get out of it because she was too scared of the individual.
So
what do you think of that?
I don't think she lived with this dude, though.
Yeah. So I can guarantee you, I'm not going to say 100%. I can guarantee you 84.3% that if that was her reason, she would have said that was her reason.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because women in that area will say that's their reason when it's not their reason.
I can, from all accounts, she comes from a good family, a loving family. Her boyfriend, there was, no allegations of anything from him, because people start digging, internet sleuths started digging. And I would like to think it was some kind of a mental reason that she did it, but I really think she was trying to figure out a way to go do some shit and not get in as deeper trouble about it, and ended up digging a hole the wrong direction, So
just to give a little more insight on UAB, obviously not the cure because it's still an issue, but UAB is where they had like the major breakthrough about 10 years ago for cystic fibrosis. Like that's where, like through research and stuff, that's where they found like a major breakthrough on treatments.
They've got a good medical school down
because
there.
of UAB. Like cystic fibrosis kids are living to be like an average of 15 years older than they were, which I think the original was 17, 18 years old. Now they're living to be in their early 30s plus.
So Tanya seems to think that she was trying to make her boyfriend stick with her, actually.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Well, up until that point, Tanya, I was thinking stuff and then you were typing it. But I mean, yeah, that's actually a good point.
So, any other thoughts on this one or anything else that we've covered tonight?
No, if there's any follow-ups, I want to know about it.
Yeah. I would like to kind of know a little more info. We may not get a whole lot. Law enforcement in Alabama normally does not release much information. That's another plus I've got to give to Hoover, is that they really kept people informed through the media. And not a lot of police departments do that. They don't share that kind of information, like what her search histories were and stuff. That's usually not shared.
Well, it's good to have good transparency like that too.
Yeah, it is good. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And hats off to all the folks that gave their time and effort and energy to go and look for this girl that was never missing. They were trying. If she had been missing, I feel like, they did everything they could to locate her. They were getting the video enhanced through the FBI. They were getting all these agencies brought in. They were running all these things. They were searching this, searching that. They really were digging in, but she was just full of shit.
And to the people that are wondering why people are upset about the only fines she has to pay, let me ask you a question. If you spend 20 minutes looking for your fucking wallet and it's in your pants pocket, aren't you going to be mad?
Yeah. Pretty damn pissed.
Just saying.
Oh, man.
So we'll see how this pans out, when it's all said and done on what happens to Miss Russell here. 2 misdemeanors right now. I don't know how much leeway there is for the judge to apply restitution or anything like that. I mean, as far as I know, there's no provision that I saw in Alabama law. There may be some case law or something, but I couldn't find anything in the statutes that says if you cause police departments to have to spend money to do something, then they can recoup that money. That's nowhere that I've been able to find. So
they could do a civil case and sue it possibly for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if that's ever been done. That'd be something to look into.
Yeah.
So we'll probably talk about something happening in Colorado next week.
Of course we will.
I'll find it on TikTok.
We stay on this side of the Rockies.
Yes, exactly. We talk too much shit about Colorado cops. We can never go to Colorado.
Nope.
I don't even want to go back there to get my shit out of storage, man. Damn.
He's gonna open his storage unit. There's just like a bunch of cops in there.
There'd be a SWAT team right there. We've been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you.
We know your name.
Put your hands up.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'll have to sneak in the back and then sneak right on back out the back because there ain't no other way to get in the area.
I do appreciate everybody coming to hang out with us and spending their Sunday evening with us. It's always fun to hang out and get y'all's input. We do like hanging out with y'all and talking our shit and letting y'all talk y'all shit. So hats off to you for being part of it. Jamie's got his beard back on to head out with.
I don't think Wiz got to see it, so there you go. Wiz gets to see it now.
Yeah, eventually Jamie will have his real beard back. It's just going to take a little time.
Wait a minute, is that a stick-on?
It is a stick-on.
It is a stick-on.
Yeah, he has to. It's like tape, and he has to tape it on his face.
Yeah, it is a stick-on.
It's made in Bangladesh.
We did pick up a couple of new folks tonight. Thank y'all so much for coming to hang out with us. Tanya, glad you found us also. Dragon Man Assassin, thank you.
ZZ Top beard, you gotta get it longer, dude.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
Needs to get just a little bit longer. This was a fun time. I hate that I hate that this girl made this shit up, but it needed to be talked about.
Well, I'll tell you what, it all joking aside, I'm glad she's okay.
I am too.
Because there's too many cases out there of missing persons who were never solved. And I've been watching this stuff on YouTube of people finding cars that are in lakes and stuff like that, and that's where the people ended up. And it just that kind of stuff is just horrible. And I'm glad that something like this isn't the case. So I'm kind of relieved she's okay. So
I can only imagine as a parent that during that time frame how panicked her parents were.
Yeah.
You know? That's just, I don't know. They were devastated. And then, she just comes walking up.
Yeah. And if there's any positives out of this, one, like Steve said, I'm glad she's okay. And two, we all now know that she's single. So
Yeah. Her boyfriend got tired of that shit. Well,
absolutely. I mean, she's not going to have an OnlyFans. You're just going to have to go to see her on JPay.
Yeah.
For
a little bit.
So you go to JPay, you look up her inmate number, and then you'll be able to send her money, and then you'll be able to communicate with her that way.
Yeah, you can send her an email back.
Carlee, if you want free health care, hit me up. I got you.
It won't be OnlyFans. It'll be only baby.
Yeah.
Don't they have a
that's right.
pen pal program for inmates these days? You'd be a pen pal with her.
Exactly. So any other parting things before we head out?
Don't do drugs.
Yes,
Yeah.
don't do
Yeah,
drugs.
don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't make up stories and lie to the police about.
Don't eat the
Don't.
yellow snow.
Don't
Don't
make
run from
don't
cops.
make the police mad for them to break your neck.
Yes.
And
Don't
Doberman
get
Pinschers
tased on your
are
steak.
actually mean dogs, but loyal.
Stay in school.
Yes.
Yeah, stay in school. Don't eat peanut
Right.
butter when you have the hiccups.
Don't want to choke to death. I've never heard that one. Thank you, Steve. You might have just saved my life.
Don't give a giraffe Epicat because it takes forever for them to throw up.
Okay. I doubt I'll ever do that. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Have a good week. And we'll see you right here next weekend, next Sunday, God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye, y'all.
That's
I
backwards.
have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One